Hi, it's Yells, and I'm gonna run the Guardian Legend, maybe. I've got my walking notes here because I don't remember where the hell to go in this game. But the Legend of yes, we are going to legend these Guardians. When we're ready, we'll get started. All right, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. So the Guardian Legend is a fun game. It's partially shmup, and it's partially like kind of an overworld thing, kind of like the Legend of Zelda overworld style. It's a lot of fun. It's also pretty hard. Any percent in particular is, I think the way that they describe any percent to people is they say, don't learn any percent first. I've never run any other category of this, so, you know. So I did not listen. I don't traditionally listen to people, including myself. So, you know, it's fine. This is the only part of the run on the route that I do that we actually need to mash, because there's an auto fire drop that we can get, but we have to get through this area first. And from the speedrun perspective, the Corridor Zero boss is actually kind of rough, if I'm being perfectly honest, because the defense mechanism for Naju is actually pretty rough to do quickly. So I'm gonna try to be patient, but don't feel like just starting the run over again right away. But basically, you know, if you want to have an idea of like how the speedrun, basically it leverages the fact that you deal damage as you basically trade damage as well as deal damage. So the trade-off is you literally line up between the two and you just kind of like plow through like that, and but then you are specifically like banking on drops. So that's okay. We're good. We're through the initial boss, and now we're immediately going to go off of what like the fastest any percent route would be to get the rapid fire right there, so that I don't have to mash anymore. Hooray! Mashing is for suckers. So yeah, here's the overworld. We are just gonna go. We're gonna navigate over to. We're gonna navigate over to Corridor 1. We're gonna pick up the saber along the way. That's this. I have never done the rando of this game because it's a rando, and I don't do randos of games traditionally. Also, right here is a red lander. Red landers increase your secondary ammo, which is known as chip, which, as you can see, has already had an impact on. Yeah. So I'm gonna hold select, and select is gonna skip the transition from lady to ship, which is good for the speedrun. Saves a bunch of time because that animation takes an awfully long time. This is the longest corridor by some distance, because, you know, for any percent we don't do all of 21 corridors. We only do the 10 that you need to unlock the final boss. Also, the any percent run does have a tendency to hinge upon score routing. So, like, if you're not resetting, which, you know, I'm not, but also if you don't die, critically, you want to try to line up your scores such that you get your level ups, essentially, because you get a level up at like 100,000 points, like 30,000 points, 100,000 points, 500,000 points, and 1,000,000 points. You want to try to get specifically your 500,000 point level up right in the middle of the Grimgrin fight at the end of Corridor 8. And then you want to get your 1,000,000 point upgrade right in the middle of the final boss fight, so that you just basically spend all of your resources and then immediately get them all back with a level up. That is literally part of the plan for the speedrun route. So, because score is so important, what we're doing here is I'm intentionally trying to farm for score, if I can help it. Although I killed that guy a little too quickly. That digger, I kind of wanted to let him live a little bit longer. So that's okay. Essentially what I'm hoping to get to is 70,000 points by the time I get to the boss here. And I think because I killed that digger too quickly, I'm probably going to be a little bit short. But, you know, I'm also not expecting this to be a deathless run, so I'm laboring under I'm harboring some delusions here if I think that, you know, I'm actually going to maintain my score routing this whole time. But you'll note, like, I'm taking the time there to actually kill a bunch of extra projectiles that just wouldn't otherwise be there. Also, there's a ticking mechanism for using chip, so if you use your secondary weapon, it does burn through your secondary ammunition, which is chip, because, like, I can fire forever, and it doesn't really, I don't spend ammunition for that. However, my shot is only as strong as the amount of chip that I have. So the more chip that you get, the better your standard shot becomes. And that's why we pick up red landers along the way, so that we can get more. Oh yeah, cool. We're at 70,000 right now. That's where I want to be, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna let him go. Alright, so my score is good. Alright, so yeah. So I am low on chip, I'm below full chip, but that doesn't matter. I just want to be where the boss is. So the first boss, unfortunately I don't remember the boss's names, because I'm not a good enough gamer for that. But, Fish. And we're just gonna stick the saber right in his eye. Now I'm gonna tap select twice. And I'm just gonna hold select. And as we skip the transition back to becoming area again. Alright, that's corridor 1 down. At the end of each corridor you get an item. You have to pick up the item, it won't let you leave if you don't pick it up. So, which is fine. A neat little thing you can do here, you can do that corner trick there to fill up your chip. You just like shoot the catty corner and then just like walk into it for as long as you want until your chip is full. We have really low maximum health during this section, so I try, since this isn't just like, oh, just go fast and if you die, it's fine. I'm intentionally going to try and dodge things so that I don't die. I have a little crab mini-boss here that holds the fireball sub-weapon, which is going to be a really critical sub-weapon as the game goes on. It doesn't look like we're in a good position here to get what is known as a quick exit. Like, if he spawns in the center, there's a little fanfare that happens after you kill that boss, or any mini-boss, really. And if you're fast enough, right after you kill it, you pick up the item, and then you run over to, excuse me, and then you run over to the exit of the room, you can get out before the fanfare plays and save yourself like 3 seconds. But we are not bothering with that right now. Watch out for that spider. He becomes many spiders. Or he was about to, but we didn't let him get there. Gonna go this way. We can go through these openings here with the moon sigil on them because we finished corridor 1. We picked up the moon key, which effectively unlocked our ability to be where we are. I'm gonna menu to the fireball now. This is another mini-boss. This mini-boss holds another red lander, which is gonna increase our maximum health and our chip count. He can, like, kill me in, like, 3 shots, though, so, yeah, I want to be real careful. I get the red lander, and, but now, I need to pick up the red lander to fill up my health, but now I specifically want to die to death warp back to where I last was. So that I can... Where am I going? This way? I think I'm going this way. My map says to go this way, so this is the way I'm going. Yeah, so death warping is something that we do frequently in the any% run, because it takes ages to run back and forth places. Can't really be bothered. Yeah, we got to do a lot of picking up of items here in this section. This world is split into like 5 separate worlds. So like this is like the water area, you know, which is why we were fighting a fish just now. Corridor 12, you'll see the corridor 12 just opened immediately. That's not normal for for these corridors. The corridors that actually seal the planet are all guarded, and there are specific clues to help you unlock them. And they are scattered throughout the world. They are kind of obtuse sometimes, to a degree. As a safety strat, we can stand on our own fireball and just walk it, which can be really helpful when you have very little health. So we picked up another rapid fire there, and the rapid fires do indeed stack. I think I want to be down lower. I think I want to be below, not above. I'm supposed to take the low path. But I also didn't want to get absolutely trucked by that guy, because I do still have another mini-boss to fight. So, and I want to be at or near full health for it, just in case. So here's another mini-boss. It's going to be another one of the same, like, walking robot thingies that we already killed. Guy right here. And yeah, if, you can only have one of those fireballs on screen at a time, so if you don't get the shot just right, you want to get it right in the center of him, so that he soaks the full damage for it. Otherwise, you have to wait for it to go all the way off screen. So, but he had another red lander, and now that I got that red lander, my maximum health, or my maximum chip went up to 200, which is why my shot is now slightly wider. The lock for Corridor 2 is you have to touch all 4 of those corners, and then it opens, and I want to menu to Saber. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes. Don't mind me. Absolutely just reading my notes. So this is, again, water level, but this time we're going a bit faster. Yeah, the speed of the background is really nice. Really it's a neat feature. However, for certain levels, it makes it very challenging. For instance, there will be sections later in the game, and there was actually, specifically, the section at the very beginning of the game, where the background was scrolling so quickly that you had to be real precise with trying to shoot and pick up drops. Because if you weren't perfectly aligned with a drop, you weren't going to get it, because it was only on screen for a very, very short time. Because when items drop like that, you see, because this one's scrolling so slowly, I've got ages to pick this thing up. But I did not have ages to pick up anything on like really fast scrolling background. But yeah, ideally I'm hoping to get to 135,000 points pre-boss here. But I have also killed a lot of the things that fly in off the screen and shoot a bunch of projectiles to help farm score, so we'll see. We'll see how that actually goes. I want to be careful, because another one should be coming in and amongst these starfish. I can't remember what side it comes in on. There we go. Yeah, because here, like these projectiles, I wanted to shoot lots of them, you know, and I want to just, like, farm, like, little low on health. That was a good drop. The drops are on a table, by the way. Like, there's a specific 8-drop table that just goes on a loop. Okay, good. Is that health? It is. Why am I getting a phone call right now? Is it another spam call? You better believe it! Thanks for the spam call. Okay, yeah, so I think I do just stick with Saber, I guess. Yeah, I'll just stick with Saber. So there, we need to just stay. There's a very specific spot you need to stay between the eyes, basically. There's not you're not gonna take damage. If you're a little lower, you will get crushed. Okay. So, that's Corridor 2 down. Thankfully, for any percent, we only do 1 through 10 and then 21. So, alright. So now, it is time for what is ultimately forever the run killer. This game has a really seriously quick ramp up of difficulty going into Corridor 3. Because, I'll be honest, we haven't really skimped on resources, so that, like, there isn't really going to be anything that we're missing. I haven't skipped power-ups and drops and stuff. I've gotten pretty much everything I needed to get. The boss of Corridor 3 can basically 3-shot me, if I end up hitting its projectiles specifically. So crucially, I don't want to do that. Let's see. I'm a little low on health, so I'm actually gonna come here and I'm still a little low on health. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna try to fight this bitch of a flower. Yeah. So we're just gonna stick our saber out, and it's just gonna bounce into us here, and oh, okay, 0 health. Well, that's fine. We did it. Oh, good. Crucially, that flower drops an extra shield, which increases our defense, so that it takes 3 hits for us to die to Optimon. So, every corridor has a special seal, or a special way to open the seal. The way to open the Corridor 3 seal is to just wait 20 seconds. So we're just gonna wait 20 seconds. This is an opportunity. I think Schmitty Games always takes this opportunity to take a swig of some Mountain Dew and say, cheers. Corridor 3 makes me drink. Alright, so, Corridor 3. I'm supposed to go over to Saber. Saber is really nice, because it is a dual, I'm basically Darth Maul at this point, so I go, whew! I'm gonna be a little bit careful as I can be, with my movement here, till I get a health drop. Like that, good. We really, really, really want to be at full health by the time we get to the boss. And again, lovely shmuppy sections here, you know. Good. More health, good. Got some asteroids flying in, which is bad. More health is good. It is a great soundtrack. We're gonna have some pomegranates show up here. I gotta try to remember where specifically they are. Yeah, because I want to blow them up I want to kill them before they burst and split into like 15 projectiles that I then have to like try to manage and not die to. We're just gonna go back and forth here and try to take absolutely no damage, and I will let them go if I can't get there in time. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so I am gonna try a strat. This is the, like I said, you can only take like 2, maybe 3 hits from this enemy's projectile, but I'm gonna try to manipulate hitboxes here. And it's not, okay, that did not work. So, we may well die here. It depends on how much of a pain Optimon decides they want to be with, like, whether they do a fast projectile or a slow projectile. So the nice thing about being at 0 health is that you have a shmup 0, like you have a 0 health hitbox, which means that my hitbox is a single pixel right now, which is good for dodging things, but it would be bad if I was trying to pick anything up, because it is the same hitbox. For collecting items as well. Let's go! I feel so much better. Hilariously, we do want a death warp after this, and it's like, oh cool, we're at no health, right? But the item is a full health regeneration that you have to pick up. You can't leave without picking it up. So we go back to full health, and then we go find a place to die. So, which is fine. That's okay. So this is the good spot, because these flowers here are good to die to, because they love to come and find you. Alright. Alright. So. We're gonna go ahead and do this really long journey to Corridor 4. Ow, ow. A long walk. Long, lonely walk. Because now Corridor 4 is all the way on the top right. So. But we have that key, so we can get in. Alright, so we're gonna head over to Corridor 4. The lock on Corridor 4 is it's essentially broken. When you find the clue, they will simply tell you that, like, they broke it, basically. And they forgot. They like, basically forgot what to do. Ah, I'm getting stuck. That's great. They essentially, like, forgot how to fix it. And so they say to talk to the shopkeeper for help. But really what that means is, in order to get this to open up, you have to talk to the shopkeeper 4 times in a row. And there's no indication that that's what you're supposed to do. Until you act like, you have to just do it 4 times in a row. And then they'll be like, oh hey, it looks like you're having trouble. Here, I'll open Corridor 4 for you. It does sound awful, doesn't it? So I'm gonna come in here. I intentionally didn't spend any chip on the way, because I want to buy this blue lander from them to refill my health, because I need it for a mini-boss before I go in. But that also counts as my first trip in. He's just like, any luck? And then he's like, any luck? So smug. And then he's like, hey, I see you're having some trouble. I'll remove the seal on Corridor 4. I'm like, nice. Thanks, I guess. Alright. So, I can't remember. We're gonna go Saber, because I can't remember what boss this is. Is this another flower? Yeah, it's another flower. Okay. Saber was the way. Alright. And that was an attack power pickup, which I do need. And we're gonna come into Corridor 4 a little bit low on health, but it should be fine. So, I need to keep Saber, it looks like. I don't have any notes about changing my weapon, which means leave it. Alright, Corridor 4 time. This is gonna move, again, the background is gonna move faster than the Corridor 3 background did. So again, if we want a pickup, you gotta be under it, because it's not gonna stay there for very long. Getting that heart pickup is really important. That puts us in a better position health-wise. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those pomegranates. You see those pomegranates split into like 15 pieces, and they're all kind of heat-seeking, kind of, sort of. In the very first opening sequence, there were these, like, satellite-looking things that just moved really slowly. I would love to set up, at some point, like, just set up my NES and leave that on to see if anybody can actually mash one of them down with just, like, your starter gun. Because, like, they're there to be a pain in the ass and be in the way. Like, you basically can't kill them unless you have a really good mash. But I would love to see somebody try. So... but with a saber, you can take them out. This is a dragon. I can actually, like, tank some damage here to help, like, increase the damage output. I can kind of stand on his face. I say stand. Stand being the operative term for being a ship. But I can play it a little bit safe here and just do 4 cycles. You can get trolled if on, like, the 3rd cycle he spawns at the very bottom, because you basically want to, like, fail right at the very end and kill him with no health. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't always work like that. That's fine. Again, we are being safe, so, you know, safe is good. And now we'll take a death. will head on over to Corridor 5. If I remember correctly, this is a safety that I don't have in my notes that I'm going to take, because I didn't practice any of this stuff ahead of time. So, you know, I'll take this extra blue lander, thank you very much, and we will continue on our merry way. You can walk into that blue guy as well, he can just get in your way, which is great. It's super great. A big hug. Look, I mean, he's so smiley. All he wants to do is give you a big hug. All he's ever wanted. We will skip that one. Okay. Let's see. Hold on a second. I feel like also in my notes, I think there's a blue lander over here too. I think. We'll double check. Yeah. Safety stuff. We'll do safety stuff. We're being safe and doing safety stuff. I'm still really, really chuffed that we got past Blue Optimon on the first try, so... all good. Everything's just kind of gravy from here. Ah! Alright, we want to kill this guy. Yes. This crystal mini-boss is a real son of a gun. Because it moves really fast. Oh, not in the wall! Whew, I was almost dead. And that does not give me a lot of health. And that's fine. I will take that. You see how, you might have seen how hard it was for me to pick that up as well. For this one, it says to use your special weapon on the corridor. In Corridor 1, it was the same thing. It seemed like the same clue. And we used our saber on the door and it opened. For this one, you literally have to use your special weapon on the word corridor at the top to open it up. It's very good. I'm gonna switch to saber, because I do think that a lot of this is predicated on being able to kill things that are directly in front of me, and not so much on my side. There will be the equivalent killer ice cubes in this section that will follow me around, and I will try to group them up. Say, these guys. Yep. Now look what happened. Look what you've done! Just get a bunch of drops all at once. Now that we're back to full health, it will feel a lot breezier. Just killing some starfish. Got more of these guys. They do hurt pretty hard. They hit pretty hard. They hurt a lot. Also, also volcanoes, which will come into play a lot more soon. Soon enough. Alright, I'm a little behind on my score, and that's okay. Basically, this guy here, we're gonna treat him just like the fish, pretty much. Casually, you will just immediately lose if you accidentally let him move laterally. He will just go bonkers. I mean, basically same with most of the bosses, if I'm honest. Like, if you let them start their movement patterns, it's just bad. It's just a bad time, forever. Okay. Those are cool. These are called enemy erasers. They will... don't do... Or no, I do a death warp here. I do a death warp. We do a death warp. We will do... Pretty sure it's a death warp. Think? Yeah. Pretty sure it is. We'll find out! Because, yeah, one of the biggest time saves in the speedrun that I have yet to be able to successfully implement is skipping this next shield pickup, because, good lord, it's amazing what one more shield pickup will do for your life, until you realize that you don't get it, and everything hurts. Everything hurts a whole lot. Like, I even have in my notes, like, if I want to try to get sub 50 any percent, skipping this shield saves 40 seconds. But at such a cost that I cannot even properly convey, except to say that if I didn't take it, I'm not going to finish the run. So we took it, and we're good. Yep. Alright. So, Corridor 6, this is where we're going to get introduced to those volcanoes, and not in a good way. This is a level all about trying to bait you away from the thing that will actually kill you. So it's like, oh, look at all this trash, all these trash mobs, and they try to like pull you away from these volcanoes that are just spraying things that will kill you very rapidly. So it pulls you down away from the screen, and it's like, ah, have a volcano up at the top. And yeah, we do, again, we're really keen to farm score here, so I will do my best to try to get everything that I can get my saber on. I don't get baited down to the bottom of the screen just because those guys are spawning. Also, I can, like, Schmitty Games is kind of, you know, he's one of the early pioneers of intentionally farming these things to try to get your score up, so that you don't have to farm in other places. But it's very dangerous. Of course, he's also doing that without the shield as well, which I think is a nightmare. So, trying to keep an eye out. So, it looks like I want to be at least at 370,000 points before this boss. So I'm curious to know if I can get there or not. So I am intentionally like letting a lot of this stuff stay out so that I can try to kill it. 350. You can get like an extra couple of thousand points just by letting these things hang out for a bit. Yeah, we're getting close here. These are the things that spawn right before. Yeah, okay. So I am short on score, but that's okay. Let's see. I need to go to Saber. So, this guy only becomes vulnerable when he stops. So it's on the I over your chip, and then it's over the tens digit over your score, over your shot. And I can't remember what the third one is, actually, because I think normally you want to tank the damage and kill him in 2 cycles. That's fine. So that one is down. So now, critically, we won't be taking a death warp this time. We're going to do a nice long walk. Okay. So, I want to go this way, I think? Yeah, and I can't afford anything here yet, which is fine. Get a full health refill there. Nice. We're going to head on down to Corridor 7. Ah! And importantly, what you will find here is I think I need to go right there, actually. I wasn't counting the number of rooms that I passed. Alright though. Don't need that item. Yeah, this is the correct way. I'm gonna pick up 2 more shields. A neat thing about the shield pickups is that once you get to 5, I think it's 5. So I'm at 4. If you look on the screen, I'm at 4 shields right now. Once you get to 5 shields, your movement speed increases, which is pretty cool. It allows you to start like flipping through walls and stuff, which is kind of nice. Why are you always in the bad places? I still didn't get there in time for the fanfare skip, which is fine. But now, I'm zooming. And zooming some more. And I'm going to pick up another shield and zoom even more. So now for Corridor 4, they were like, oh, the seal's broken. You have to, like, go into the shop and ask the shopkeeper. And, like, the only way to solve that was to go in and out of the shop 4 times. This one, you have to go in and out of the corridor 4 times. And then the corridor will open. We're gonna switch over to Saber. There are these little laser ships that are gonna pop down from the sides and, like, just fire these massive lasers. That guy. Those guys. Yeah, that. The recommendation for the laser ships is no. Do not is the recommendation, because even with all of the shields that I picked up, they deal 3 full bars of damage with each laser that hits you, also on contact as well. So you do not want to be anywhere near, like, where I am, for instance. But that's okay. Alright. And then we get probably the most fun enemy in this game. This is immune to everything except running into it. So it's it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm also doing a bad job of farming score, which is fine. It's okay. Ow. Alright, this boss is just a shitload of eyeballs. That's it, a shitload of eyeballs. Luckily, we can just sit here, and we can hold down fire and our sub-weapon. And we can just light them up. Also, this is the only corridor where you can die, like while the boss is dead, basically, because enemies continue to spawn, which is super neat. Super duper neat. Okay, so, yeah. Alright, so I think, what I'm gonna do, again for backup strats, I'm gonna come over here and pick up some more enemy erasers. Which, you can't get them from this side of the screen, oh no, except we're fast and we can clip through walls now. So never mind, we can totally get them. And now we are going to... Oh, now I guess we do take a death warp. Do you take a death warp? It says death warp. I don't actually know if these things... I think I'm gonna kill them before they kill me because of all my shields. Okay, cool. Oops. Alright. So, come up here. That's good. So now we're going to start to pick up a bunch of resources. Every time we pick up a red lander, our total number of chip doubles. And we're at 400 max chip right now. We're about to pick up 2 red landers on the way back, which means we're going to go from 400, or not, it doesn't double, but it goes up by 400 each time now. So it's going to go from 4 to 8 to 12. And we're going to have a really fancy primary shot. There was a fanfare skip, by the way. We didn't have to wait for the music to play. We could just leave. Oh, also, do I want to do that? Hold on a second. So, if I think I'm behind on score, I can show you what an enemy eraser does. It does that. It does not damage bosses, but it does blow up everything on the screen, which is nice. I'll go back to Saber. I don't think I was supposed to have that out. Alright, we're back in this shop that we passed by before, and this time now that I have enough chip, I will buy that one, and now I've got 1,200 chip. I've got chip for days. We'll come down this way, and, yeah, we're gonna go into the section on my speedrun notes that I have grayed out to not go to anymore, because I don't need this safety, because again, it's another safety I'm supposed to remove, but heck with that. We're gonna get one more red lander from one more flower. This is the for the speedrun strats that like skip those 2 red landers that I just got. They instead get this red lander, but this red flower, like at the level of health and chip that you have, this one will kill you. And like, I'm just gonna hold attack here, and you're just gonna see how long it takes to die, right? And now imagine that with like less shields than I have by 1, just like, so like the damage that I'm taking is not reduced. It's just bad. Okay, so we're gonna go into Corridor 8. Corridor 8, the clue is we can't open it. It's no use. So you have to go to no use and use your sub-weapon, and that will open it. That's the clue. A really, really good clue. So here, Corridor 8, again, we're just trying to farm score. We really, if we can help it, we don't really want to engage with stuff all that much. Because we're really just trying to generate score to get closer to 500,000 points. So, we're just gonna use our enemy erasers, so apologies for the flashiness here. And we're just gonna try to, you know, take out a bunch of stuff. Oh, you're gonna love the next boss then. Probably not, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. Hey! Alright. Yeah. Alright. So yeah. So we are... Yeah, we're right there. Okay. Good enough. Saber time. This is Grim Grin. This is like one of my favorite boss to fight, really. So you just want to keep. So the neat thing about your saber is that your saber is technically like each side is technically 2 sprites. So it's like basically like double wide out the side of you. Also, I'm about to hit 500,000 points right there, which refilled me completely back to full. Everything. So you couldn't hear the chime saying I leveled up, but I leveled up. So you want to keep like the middle of your saber on the eye, so that it's basically doing double damage, like both halves of the saber. Also, that's what happens if I lay off the eye for a second. Like, watch this. Look at the projectiles just spewing out of this thing. If you let it. So it's huge lag deficit and stuff, and yeah, it's not great. But you just want to follow it along in this figure 8 pattern, and eventually it dies. Alright. Okay. So now we are going to menu over to enemy erasers, because I want to specifically farm some points. I think I got the score for those. I have to be careful. Yeah, because for me, when it comes to late game stuff, like Corridors 9 and 10, for me specifically, are very much about not dying. For people better than me at this game, they are for farming score to get your score lined up for the final boss. That's not for me. It really isn't for me. So I instead try to farm a little bit of score here and there by like finding rooms in this block that are full of enemies and just blowing an enemy eraser to just kind of take them all out. Am I going the right way? I think I'm supposed to go. No, I was sorry. That is the right way. My mistake. Yeah, everything in the wasteland does hurt a lot. Yeah, that was another enemy eraser spawn. That's what it was. Okay. Another shield. And now, like, those mini bosses are just like, they're just kind of hanging out. They're just living their best life out here. I'm gonna go off of my route one more time to grab this blue lander because I really do want as much health as I possibly can. Alright. So, yeah, going to do that. And... Going the right way? Oh yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna get a little bit more score, that's okay. Yeah, here we go. Alright. Corridor 9. Corridor 9. Let's see, I want to go with Saber, probably. Yeah, alright, it's a Cutter. Cutter. It was the right thing. Saber is in front of me, Cutter's off to the side. Yeah, this is all about survival. Everything hurts. Everything takes, except for the little asteroids, everything takes a lot of damage to kill. Those laser ships are here. There's also going to be, like, yeah, there's big mouths as well. There's going to be these, like, bouncing, like, pogoing enemies as well that are going to show up on either side, and they're just going to, like, basically pogo and just, like, drop lasers everywhere, which is not great. So I really want to get as many drops as I can, because I need anything to give me more health, because I'm already really low on health. Give me a heart, thank you so much. Here's a pogoing guy. So, like, you can apparently, like, shoot the laser. You can, like, shoot the lasers and just, like, let the thing stay alive and just farm lasers and farm score, which I do not want to do. We're going to switch to enemy erasers here, because now we're going to get pomegranates, and we want to let them split and then pop them, because we're just going to keep moving the drop counter and just, like, farm drops. I'll mention that, you know, the enemy eraser does kill most things that are on screen, but you can see, not everything, because I'm using them, and some of this stuff is still hanging out, because it's too strong. Things are too strong in this game. Strong. Too strong. Alright. So, the big skull, we're going to try to park ourselves right here, on, like, right on his horn here. We're going to see if it works. It may not. Luckily, we got a heart pickup. It is not working as intended, so I'm not quite lined up perfectly, but it may not matter. Good, okay. There is a specific spot, like there's a specific, literally a specific pixel you can be on where you barely take any damage. That was not it. Alright, so. Now we are going to come over here and die. To the death ward. Yes. It's so simple in the wasteland to die. Alright. And off we go. Okay. Go over here again. We'll farm some more score. Where was I supposed to be? Supposed to be at 702,000 going in. Okay. That's fine. No. Alright. Nope. Yeah, so... Okay, so here, do this. Again, just walk into it to fill our chip back up to full. Also fills our health back up to full, too, which is nice. Gonna kill them. Basically, this road forks a bunch of times, and the way to solve the maze is to just always go right. Even when it's a dead end, because, oh, we walk fast. And it's fine. Like, yeah. Actually, I want to come back here and pop these ones to get some score. There we go. You see, that hurt really hard. That hurt a lot, just like getting touched by that one. 690. I'm just watching my score here. I'm going to see if I can get up to around 700,000 points entering Corridor 10. Gonna take this full health regen. It won't be there again, so it's my only chance to grab it, unless I actually feel like I might successfully or like be unsuccessful getting through. It does look like I'm gonna be a decent amount short on my score. Ow. But that's okay. Like, I feel like I want to be like a full-on like 10,000 points higher than this, but that's okay. Nothing much to be done about it. We're just gonna mosey. And then the way to get into this corridor is to just shoot for 10 seconds. Just shoot. Sure. It is now! Switch over to Cutter again. So this is that same corridor difficulty, but with a faster scroll underneath you. So now you want to get all of your drops, but it's even harder to get them because it's going to speed up a lot. Like, everything hurts. Like, literally everything hurts really bad. You want to be careful. Don't be flippant with your movement if you can help it. I missed that drop. That's not great. Not a good start. Gotta go fast. I'm gonna sit on that to hopefully actually get it. Get the drop. Sit here and hopefully get this drop. I think I got it. Sit here and... oh, I missed that drop. I am down to 4 health. I missed that drop. Let's see. Okay, good. Use your enemy erasers. Okay. We're still not necessarily in the clear. Everything still really hurts. How did I miss that? Oh dear. Yeah. Call an ambulance, but not for me. I'm hoping to get back to full health because the Corridor 10 boss is just the Corridor 9 boss, but it hurts more and has more health. No. Again, the diagnosis for those laser ships is still no. Not interested. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate that I got a health drop right before the boss. That would have been nice to get, like, during the boss here. If you look at my health, like, it's not necessarily... well, it wasn't necessarily. Like, you see it's moving down kind of slowly. I have to bail, though, because I need to get drops. Okay, so... getting red chip does refill your... it does give you, like, two bars of health. Okay, there we go. That was not necessarily a good trade. That's not a good trade, but like that means that the next drop is a heart. So now I'm at 0 health, which means I'm at the... okay, good. I'm at the I'm at my 0 health hitbox, which meant that I might not be able to pick up whatever that was. He's beefy. There we go. Yeah. No. Okay. Good lord. Okay. So nice. All right. Yeah. And now because the problem is that because I had to farm for drops with enemy erasers, I am now way ahead on score. Which just means that I'm probably not gonna line up the 1,000,000-point level up with the final boss. Which means that, you know, we'll just have to kill him au naturel. Doing it live. So now that we have defeated all 10 of the corridor bosses, this was just an empty room. It's right in the center. It's right near where you started. But it is now open. It is now a corridor, and it is the final corridor to try to get out. We can't really hear it because of the sound in here, but banger music, and it's boss rush time. So we're gonna see a fish. We're gonna kill a fish. Bye, fish. Apparently, if you like really lean into it and you know take damage while dealing damage, you can save like 6 seconds on like this next spawn here. You can get this guy to spawn a lot faster. But I'm not really focused on trying to go like that level of fast so much as I'm trying to preserve my health as best I can. Alright, so, Clawbot, which you have not seen previously. That old chestnut. And you know, if people aren't ever talking about Clawbot, you should be asking, where's Clawbot? I'm not going to kill the arms because that gives me more points, which is bad right now. Here's a Red Optimon! Hi, Red Optimon! Please don't hurt me! Did not get that drop, but that's hopefully okay. Okay, good. Alright. And after Red Opto, it should be Blue Grimgrin. So everybody's favorite boss, yours and mine. Hello, my friend. And I am intentionally, like, lagging the game more by shooting my main gun as well as using my secondary weapon, because it gives me more time to react to where drops are showing up. Full health refill, that was well timed. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna get my 1,000,000 point power up during this last mini boss in the boss rush instead. And we're just gonna have to fight the final boss with what we've got. This is Bombardier. You don't really see what he does, and that's by design. But basically he shoots like a whole bunch of heat-seeking missiles out from the center of him. Unless you have like your saber trained on the center of him, in which case you shoot all of them right away. So like it looks like he just appears, does nothing, and disappears. That's what we want. We want disappear, do nothing, or appear, do nothing, disappear. Alright, there we go. There we go. So, boss rush is done. Trying not to take any damage. And we're gonna skip the cutscene. For that part of the cutscene, flashy. It's gonna flash, so if you don't like flashing, look away. Pretty bad. We blew up the planet, and we're trying to get away, and I took some damage already, because I wasn't holding my main gun down. Like a champ. Alright, so... the final boss is named It. Got a lot of health. Got 3 phases. Not great. It has bubbles that come out of its eye and missiles that come out of its eye. The game is to avoid the bubbles. The missiles don't hurt, the bubbles hurt a lot. So, the bubbles just kind of like lob out of them, but sometimes they lob right into you, which is bad. And again, that same concept of like, you know, having your saber kind of like, because it's 2 sprites on each side, so I'm trying to get the middle of the saber over the eye, so I'm like both parts of it are dealing damage at the same time. Like, it's also the other consideration here is that like I need to make sure I'm collecting drops. Like, because again, I'm not gonna get my automatic like level up refill. So if like he has so much HP that even at 2400 chip, I will run out of resources. Like the saber is just slowly draining my chip. So I need to be able to refill it. So I've got to pick up any red chips I get. Okay, we're into phase 2. I am in bad shape health. Whoa, wow. I was just so. In the drop table, so that's enemy erasers there. In the drop table is 8 drops. The 8th drop is either enemy erasers or a full health regen. So we kind of got boned anyway. Alright, so I'm trying to remember. I think it's over, maybe it's over here? Because I'm not at full chip right now. I'm trying to remember, there is one room in here. I think it's over here? Bear with me while I go hunting for a second. Nope, that's not it. I do it, yeah, so you have to do the whole... You have to do the entire boss fight again. Let's see. So, I do that. There we go. We'll just do that. That's fine. I'm gonna get all my chip back to try again. So we're gonna try again. So we are at estimate. I think, essentially, I'm gonna try one more time, and then we can kill the run if I don't do it after this one time. Where am I? Am I there yet? I gotta go left and down, I think. Or, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Alright. Yeah, because, yeah, to your point, exactly. Unfortunately, if you die on the final boss, you have to do the entire boss rush again. So... Yep. Yeah, well, so, and again, like, they recommend, and by they, I mean the TGL speedrun community, they recommend you start with 100%, because you have way more resources at the end of the run. But I was like, that's like an extra 20 minutes. I can barely concentrate on speedruns over 10 minutes, and I'm already going to try to run an hour. What do you want from me? Alright. Switch to cutter. Now, because I don't care about score, I will blow them up too, in hopes of advancing my drop table. Yep, no, it's a full heal, and your maximum health goes up too. So it's like effectively like hitting one of the score-based level ups is basically the same as picking up one of those red landers that like increases lots of stuff, except it doesn't increase your chip maximum. But it does almost everything. Yeah. Very good. Highly recommend. And yeah, this is, again, this boss in particular is the boss that people tell me hurts their thumb to no end. As a Marble Madness speedrunner, I don't really notice. But, you know, like, it's not, I don't think it's something I'm supposed to be proud of. But I don't really notice any thumb pain doing this fight. So, but I'm told that it's bad. And again, I'm just trying to be cautious and make sure I pick up stuff. Yes. Full health refill there, which was nice. Okay. Bombardier time, so we'll switch back. If I can find the select button on my controller. It's in the same spot you left it, Yels. And again, just... And you can see that, like, things are definitely spawning because I'm usually getting a drop out of... Oh, you saw some of them there. Because I'm getting a drop almost every cycle when I fire. Yeah, you can kind of see them. If I let them go, they're a pain. But... Other full health regen. And my next drop should be a heart. Yep. Red chip, and then blue chip, and then the next two are both hearts. That's a heart, which I'm not going to grab, because in order to do so, I'm going to have to shoot stuff, and I might get the other heart drop. I want to save the other heart drop for... I want it to be, like, ideally the first drop off of it. Flashy again. No. It counted. It counted toward the cycle. It just so happens that they're back-to-back heart drops in the routine there, but I'm forcing it to spawn in the first place. The box appearing counts and moves the counter over. It's just that I was more worried about I have to shoot it open, and in the process of shooting it open, I'm going to kill other things, and I might make the other one drop. And I don't want to do that. I want that drop to be here. I want it to be the first thing I come across. Cool, more spam calls. Thanks, phone. So again, just try to dodge the bubbles. They can be hard to see when you're overlapping his sprite like this. when you do a 100%, you get like all the fireball upgrades, and like you can potentially just like sit underneath him between the claws and just like fire your like massive fireball right into his mouth. Gosh, so many bubbles. So many bubbles, so little time. Yeah. That's it. Okay, red chip. Good for refilling my ammo. Not necessarily for refilling my health, but okay. Alright, so now... another cool thing is that if you chain the enemy erasers, basically what ends up happening is it kills things and then it re-kills the things that you killed, like while they're still on screen, so you can like just chain drops, essentially. And sorry for the flashing. It was indeed. Alright, final form. Yay! Okay, time will be when I go off the top of the screen. And time. Yay! Finished! We did the thing. Sorry, I was a little overestimate, but that is the Guardian Legend for the NES. It's a really fun game. Any percent is really challenging. Other fun modes, again, you could do 100%, where you just go and pick up everything, and you've got a lot more resources to use. Other category is TGL mode. At the very end of these credits, which we won't play out because we're behind, you get a password, which is TGL. The password system of this thing is massive. Like, it's like, I don't know, like 32 or 64 characters long or whatever. But if you just type in TGL as your password, it gives you a mode where it's just oops all shmups. There's no overworld, it's just all the shmup, all 21 corridors, and it just doses the power-ups for you as you go. So you finish something and here's some power-ups, and then the next shmup section. So, yeah. That's all for me. For now. There's more stuff, I'm sure. Thanks, Nestblock.